Firstly, we are going to consider a reminder of the law on interim care orders when dealing with applications for removal of a child. We are going to look at a recap on the threshold criteria. We're going to look at some examples and whether those examples amount to harm sufficient to satisfy the threshold criteria and indeed go on to justify removal at an interim stage. We're also going to consider what the alternative options to removal might be, the effects that an interim care order has, and a checklist of the legal principles that the court is required to consider. Let's look at threshold then and a recap on that. So if you remember a few moments ago when we looked at section 38, subsection 2, that directed us to section 31, subsection 2 of the Children Act. What that says is that in order for the threshold to be crossed, the court has got to be satisfied of this: that the child concerned is suffering or is likely to suffer significant harm, and that the harm or likelihood of harm is attributable to either the care given to the child or likely to be given to him if the order were not made, not being what it would be reasonable to expect a parent to give to him, or the child being beyond parental control. Now, some of the key effects following the making of an interim care order, the most obvious one, of course, being that the local authority acquires parental responsibility. That's made plain from section 33, subsection 3 of the Children Act, but section 31, subsection 11 makes plain that the making of a care order also includes an interim care order, and therefore it follows making an interim care order grants the parental responsibility as well. Another effect of an interim care order is for the local authority to receive the child into their care and to keep that child in its care whilst the order remains in force. We see that from section 33(1) of the Children Act. Underpinning that, it's the duty of the local authority to provide accommodation and maintenance for the child. We find those provisions in sections 22A and 22B of the Children Act. And also, there is a duty to promote and safeguard the child's welfare under section 22, subsection 3